will now be recorded.
Hey guys, welcome to the weekly watch list. So let's get into it. So this is ES, and on the daily we could see that it's in a bullish channel, and we're on the lower end of that channel, and we're barely holding on to that channel. If we go to a lower time frame, so we hit the top of this wedge, and we're finding some resistance there. We're breaking this daily bullish channel on the 4 hour, but it's not that bad. We could easily pop back up over it and continue up. But this 29.8760 area, we need to get above that, and then we could be bullish. So above this, bullish. If not, if we can't get above that, then this hourly downtrending channel is going to come into play, and we might fall to this target of 29.50. If we break that 29.50, then that's not going to be good. This 29.50 here is going to be a gap fill. So if that holds, then that's going to be, a good sign that we're going to consolidate in this area and possibly push higher. If that doesn't hold, then our next area is going to be 29.30 and possibly lower. But we're looking at this support here right now, 29.87. It's acting as resistance. It was support, now it's resistance. If we pop back over it, that's going to be a good sign that we're going to continue on to 3,000 and above. If we can't get over this, then this essentially was the top for now, and we're going to be heading down. That's on ES. So let me go into NQ. So NQ, almost the same, but a little bit worse. We have this daily uptrending channel on the NASDAQ, and we broke it, and we tried to get back up, and we rejected it. And now we're below this puts below area 78.40. We're below that, and it's acting as resistance. We're not in big trouble until this 7.821 breaks. And if that does break, then first target here is going to be 77.66. But our main target is going to be the 77.23.25 gap fill that we have on the charts. So basically, if the market sells, they're both going to be going for those gap fills. Now, if this recovers when the market opens and then pops up, we need to get back above this 7.866 and more importantly, this 7.87950. If we get above that, we'll be getting above this uptrending channel again and start heading towards all-time highs again. Now, if we cannot do that and we cannot get above this 78.40, then our target's essentially going to be 77.23. Okay, so hopefully this doesn't continue this downtrend here, and it breaks that, gets back up, and we continue higher. But we do have a couple headwinds this week that is going to provide a lot of chop. So we might get back in here and chop around between this resistance and this puts below. If we do that, that's going to be a boring day. So hopefully we either break above that or we break down so we get some direction there. All right. So a couple different ones that I was looking at that are kind of on the edge right now. BABA. So BABA. Okay. So BABA is in this daily uptrending channel, but it hit that 177.50 price target, which was hard resistance, and kind of hit a brick wall there, and is on the edge of this daily uptrending channel. Going on the 4-hour, we could see overnight we're losing that uptrending channel. We were holding it, but now we're losing it. Below that 173, not good, but below 170 is worse. So as long as this holds 170, it should be okay for push higher. If it loses that 170, we're going to be revisiting this 165 area. So looks like on the 4-hour, we got a squeeze firing to the downside, and all the selling indicators are saying that they're in control, the sellers. So if this downtrend persists, then we're going to be heading to that 165 area. But if that 170 holds, then we'll be okay for an attempt to push higher. There's Baba. Let's go back to the daily. Let's look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA here was in a bullish uptrending channel. It was trying to hold that upper channel, and then it broke down and lost that channel Friday, but hit that 50-day and rallied up. So if we look at the 4-hour chart, as long as NVIDIA holds this previous downtrend here, which I'll show you on the daily, this downtrend here, which is essentially, if it drops down, it could go to 151, hold that, and then come back up, or to this area, 153, 154, 153, 152. If it drops down, it holds this. If it holds this previous downtrend, then it could continue up higher. But if it breaks this 151, that's not good. And this is going back down to the 130s and maybe even the high 120s. So just keep that in mind. With BABA and NVIDIA, they're kind of borderline on the line. Let's see. We're going into CAT. CAT is in this long-term downtrending channel. We hit that top of the channel, and then we got rejected, came back in. We're holding that weekly resistance support area. Now, if we lose this 130-150, then long puts, this is most likely going to drop down towards the lower end of this channel. But if it holds that, and especially if it holds this, if it holds these supports right here, then this could definitely still have a chance to break this downtrend. And again, we're waiting for it to either break that 144.77 or that 131.53. If we break that 144.77, then majority we're gonna take off and move to that 173 and beyond. Now, if it doesn't and we break down this 131.50, that's any, say, jumping puts, and we break that 128.59, that's any confirm that we're going to the lower end of this channel here. All right, so that's CAT. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla's in this daily uptrending channel. It has some room to the downside, which could gap fill. Could definitely gap fill, hold this area, and then continue up and chop around to that 150 area. So we could definitely move this way, chop around, and then pop up, or we could just chop around up and slowly grind to that 150 area. But this bullish channel still looks good. still holding all levels. There is a gap right here, which this could have filled, yes, on Friday, but it didn't. So we'll see if it decides to this week, but I think that it should hold up pretty well. Okay, Tesla. See Amazon. So Amazon is in this uptrend right here. It's a little ugly. It's not 100%. Definitely not 100%. But we do have making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So definitely still made a higher high here. We're in this bullish channel on the daily. Okay, and on the 4 hour, we could see that right here, we're gapping down to the lower end of that channel. So as long as that holds that channel, that 132 area, as long as it holds that area and maintains its channel, we're still good to push up to that 164, 154, 164 area. But if it loses this channel here, if it loses this, then essentially we're going to be going to 1911, as that's pretty good support. Yeah, that 1911, 1912 area, that's some pretty good support right there. 1912. We'll just make it even, 1912. So 1912 area, that's where it's going to go. If we lose this bullish uptrend and this doesn't hold, this 1932, that doesn't hold, we're essentially going to that 1912 area and trying to get some support there and maybe consolidate, chop around a little bit. All right, let's see. ES to ES. Let's see here. GLD. GLD is holding this uptrending channel still. I mean, uptrend still, holding that and that 131.97 support. Let me go with that 4 hour and see how that's doing. So it's gapping up. So that support is solid. You can see here that support is holding very well. So this is still bullish to the upside. It's been a little choppy, but it's been holding that uptrend really well. If you keep buying at that uptrend, it rewards you. That rewards you. So we'll see how much this rewards you. All right. Let's see. The daily, going into the week, we have the Fed talking on Tuesday and Wednesday, Powell. And let's see, TNX. So TNX is in this long downtrend. This is the 10-year Treasury. So it had a spike on Friday, job numbers, had a spike, and looks like it's possibly going to be heading higher. After hours haven't come out yet, but it looks like it might be heading higher. Okay. So let me double check. All right. So MasterCard, we're in this long bullish channel here. We've been in this long-term bullish channel for a while now. We're holding that, and we just broke out making a higher high, holding that breakout. So we could possibly push to that 277.90 and higher. If this falls back, this is going to fall back to this uptrend here, and it's most likely going to hold that uptrend. So let's go to the 4-hour and see what's going on here. Okay, so no data yet, and here's that uptrend. So it could fall under this breakout. Most likely it's going to try to hold that 270 area. It's most likely going to try to hold that area to maintain the breakout and to try to push higher. Now let's check out on the one that we've been watching for a while now, UDX. So UDX looks like it's been a good buy at that 127.60. It's had a nice little pop. Again, this is long-term buy that I've been suggesting for more than 70 days out, as this could essentially form this huge inverse head and shoulders and rally on up higher to those 170s, 180s over the long haul, maybe even leap a leap option. But so far, so it looks pretty good. It's holding that 127 support. Had a nice bounce here off of it, sold off, consolidated, and then it's having another bounce here. We need this bounce to break this high in order for this to continue. If we don't, we're going to make a lower high, and then we're going to come back to this 127.62 for another buying opportunity. Might even go lower than that, as it went lower here, or it might form an inverse head and shoulders and come back to it one more time before it starts to take off. I would think that considering that this larger pattern on the weekly still has a lot more time, we might form that inverse head and shoulders, and we might come up a little bit and then head back down, get near here but not touch it, and then take off. That's just my thinking. If you look at the recent price action and volume, we can see there's a lot of buyers, a lot of buyers coming in this area, and it's looking good with the momentum shifting to the upside. RSI going over the 50, turning green, signaling buyers are taking over control. So it looks really nice. So going back to S&P 500, which is typically you could use this for SPY, SPX. They all follow each other. Well, I mean, they all follow ES. So right now we have ES breaking down, but of course that's all going to change at the open. This could get momentum to the downside, or this could pop up and jump right back up this channel and go above. Of course, the NASDAQ we already know is already breaking down, and it could still be saved, but it is breaking down a lot more than ES is. So what does that tell you? It tells you that technology is going to be weaker because NQ, the NASDAQ, is weaker than ES. ES is the overall general market, and the NASDAQ is majority tech. So if tech's already weak and it's already breaking down, as we can see, it's holding this downtrend that I just put in, and it has a bearish engulfing. We have momentum to the downside. We have indicators signaling sellers are in control. So this is telling us that tech might be weak today. So if ES is weak, then tech will definitely be a lot more weak. So if we're going to be looking for a bigger move, we're going to be looking in the technology sectors, or QQQ or NQ, any stocks that fall in those areas of baskets for technology, we're going to be looking at those to go into shorts because, or puts, because they're going to be weaker, they're going to fall more. ES is going to be slightly stronger. So if ES is really weak and selling off hard, then NQ and QQQs, those are going to be selling off hard as well. And of course, NVIDIA, Apple, Netflix, all those are in NASDAQ. And so they're going to be affected as well. All right, guys, that's the end of the weekly watch list. Keep an eye on all those different stocks that you are, interested in the watch list, and see if they go the way, and if we do get some consolidation and chop, just be aware that Powell is speaking on Tuesday and Wednesday. So be aware of that, and happy trading.